Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night, Memorial Day for you. One thing I just want to get clear, and it's not necessarily clear, I'm not preaching at you, but just a minor detail about Memorial Day. Everybody wants to say Happy Memorial Day, and it is. It's happy that you get to spend time with family and friends, and you should be thankful for that. But Memorial Day is not a necessarily a happy occasion. It's more of thought and remembrance of those that obviously gave their lives for our freedom. So, it's not necessarily Happy Memorial Day. Definitely don't go out there and say that to any veterans that may or may not have lost loved ones or close ones or buddies during war or anything like that. Just, appreciate them for their service. Thank you for their service, things like that. It's nothing to be happy about. This is one of remembrance and of commencement for these men and women that have gone out and sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice for you and I to do what we do in our daily lives as Americans. So that's what I just wanted to say off the top. I get a lot of Happy Memorial Day posts and things like that. I get it. Everyone wants to be a part of it. It is a happy occasion in the sense, like we said, that you do get to spend time with your family and friends, and you get a day off from work and all that good stuff. But most importantly, understand that it is of memorial. It is of remembrance of the ultimate sacrifice that these men and women have made over these years for this beautiful country, dying for that red, white, and blue. So that's just what I got to say about that. But other than that, we have got a loaded show. I am super juiced up about tonight, as I typically are. Obviously, this is MBR, nothing but rants. These aren't hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. These are all passionate discussions and topic points that we're going to have on tonight's show. And tonight's almost entirely revolving around what's about to go down. And I mean, it's about to go down. Tomorrow kicks off what is without a doubt going to be the craziest time in recruiting, in college football recruiting. And I don't mean to overstate this, because it's not overstating. It's the God's honest truth. This is the biggest recruiting time period in the history of college football. That's not an over-exaggeration. Think about it. There are 16 months where college prospects and young kids couldn't go on to these campuses, couldn't talk to these coaches, could talk to them, but couldn't see them face to face, couldn't see these environments, couldn't go to these college campuses. And now they're all going to be unleashed, okay, all across the country at one time period, okay? This is absolutely, without a doubt, the craziest time in college recruitment. And Georgia has loaded it up. They're doing it in a different way than most schools, and we're going to talk mostly about that tonight. But we're just going to talk, first of all, about the importance of in-person evaluations. That, to me, is going to be the most important aspect of what's going on over the coming weeks for the University of Georgia and the remainder of college campuses and college programs alike. That in-person eval. I'm going to tell you some stories about that tonight. They are invaluable. We'll talk about that as we get into tonight's show. But, man, we have finally reached this point. We are finally here. I kind of ranted on it a couple weeks back about how I was tired of all these, prospect camps that were getting put on by, Jimmy, that was out, taking kids $100 here, $115 here to run a 40, jump a broad jump, and do some one-on-ones. I'm tired of it. It's gone for good, hopefully now, at least for the remainder of the summer. Now, from June, July, into August, it's all about getting these kids out in front of actual college coaches that can give them actual offers and actual feedback and actual data points. None of that other bullcrap. And I'm glad it's finally gone after 16 months. We're finally back to a regular-ish type of recruiting environment. But over these last 16 months, man, a lot has changed in the world of college football. I mean, a lot, a ton. And we're going to run through some of them. I mean, just off the top, Steve Sarkisian was the offensive coordinator at Alabama this time, last year, 16 months ago. He was recruiting like a madman for the madman, right? The goat of goats as a college football coach in Nick Saban. He's gone. Tennessee, 16 months ago, believe it or not, the University of Tennessee had a lot of recruiting momentum this time last year. Think about it. I mean, it sounds preposterous to even say now, but the last time kids were on college campuses, Jeremy Pruitt looked like he was running a program that, was on the up and up. Like, people were excited about it. At least their fan base was. They had 26 commits at this time last year, something like that. It was absolutely absurd. It all came down in a fiery ball of hell fire, including NCAA sanctions. So That's completely changed in the SEC landscape. Texas was a dumpster fire, absolute dumpster fire 16 months ago. They've now got recruiting momentum. So that's an absolute, juggernaut waiting to get into college football recruiting's top echelon of prospects. USC the same. USC 16 months ago was an afterthought for most 5-star, 4-stars, top 100 prospects, whatever you want to call them. USC was way down on the list unless you happen to be born just outside of Los Angeles. Now, not so much. LA and USC will get a shot and a crack at just about every single top prospect in the country moving forward. Wyatt, I see you. We're going to get to you in a second. And of course, NIL, name, image, and likeness. It was a distant thought. Like, it was something that may be on the horizon in the future, but it was nothing that people thought was going to be like right here, right now. Like, come 16 months ago, it was like, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Like, yeah, kids will get paid. We'll be able to, advertise them and all that good stuff. It'll happen. It'll happen eventually down the road. No. Now, starting in July, kids will be able to make money off their name, their image, and their likeness. That was unheard of and unthought of. Not necessarily unthought of, but way off in the distant future of college football recruiters and college coaches 16 months ago. It's not something they were thinking about. Now it's on the forefront. It will be bullet points, maybe 2 and 3 after playing time. And where do you see me fit on these recruiting these prospects list of topics, a list of questions for these college coaches. So, things like that. That's changed dramatically. And of course, one-time transfer rules. Yeah, again, they knew it was on the horizon. They knew it was going to get here. Did they know it was going to be rushed to the forefront in May of 2021? Probably not. They thought it was going to be something that we saw in January of 2022 with name, image, and likeness maybe coming in that fall. Now we've escalated and moved up that timeline an entire year, right? An entire year where now college coaches everywhere are trying to, revamp their boards and revamp their ideas and try to attack this name, image, and likeness and one-time transfer rule to the best of their ability. All those things have changed over the last 16 months. The entire landscape, and not to be dramatic, the entire landscape of college football has changed with just 2 rules, right? With the one-time transfer rule and name, image, and likeness now being on the forefront of college football. They are here. And for the most part, they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. So everything's changed except for a couple of things and the fact that the big programs are still the big programs, right? But as I told you, there has been some change there at the top and even at the middling part. USC back on the rise. Tennessee down in a ball and blaze of fire. And Texas looking like they're coming back up. Here we go. We got a super chat right here to start. Wyatt Fielding. Appreciate you, Wyatt. What's up, Brooks? Love what you do. Keep it up. Let's get ready for a busy summer. Go join the Patreon people. Absolutely. And Wyatt is halfway in on a free sub. That's how all these super subs go. I don't pocket this stuff. We turn this right back around into our community pile, or our community pot, I should say, for free subscriptions. So if you're one of those people that have been wanting to get in on our Patreon subscription, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. The link is in the bio. We don't do the, free month, whatever. We don't do the 5% off. We don't do the 50% off for the next 2 months, yada, yada. We don't do that. What we do is we allow our community to put up posts and put up a community pool, right, of donations for you guys to take advantage of. So if you're one of those people that wants to get in on Patreon, but maybe money's a little tight, don't worry. The community's got you. That's how we roll over there with the Film Got Fam. That's how we do it. That Discord is continuously popping. I bet they're taking screenshots and sending in emotes of me as we speak. So that's something you definitely want to be a part of, as he says, as we've got a crazy summer coming our way. So if you're not already a sub, go ahead, run over there, hop in on that. You will not regret it. I promise you that right now. We will have a Nug tray a day moving forward throughout this summer. It's going to be a wild time, and that is a place to be. Absolutely. So appreciate you, Wyatt, for being here. As some of